welcome to another edition of the morning show right here on the new Main Street TV. We're so happy to have you here with us this morning. And as always, Jennifer here with our good friend Pete Wilson to start off the morning news update. And we have a very special guest from our friends, well, one of our friends from Holzer. And Marla's here too. And she's always our friend, but she just won't talk to us. But no, just kidding.
She enables the talkers.
She enables the talkers. That's right. All right. And of course, Pete's morning news update brought to you by Nia Henry, agent for Appalachia Realty. If you are looking to buy or sell or have any real estate needs, Nia's the one to call. 740-418-4135. All right, Pete, lots of stuff in the news today. So what is going on this April Fool's Day start of baseball, all of the above?
All that stuff. And it, of course, Holy Week sliding into a holiday weekend. But
That's
still,
right.
there's a lot to talk about. And we'll start with their update on the COVID-19 front. And not a real lot to report. The Vinton County Health Department did put out a new report. And, of course, we're watching those local numbers because, they are going up just a little bit, And so you're concerned about that. But this latest report from the Vinton County Health Department, and you can see the infographic up on your screen if you're watching on television or on the computer. The number of cases, actually, if you take this report and previous reports, there have been in the 1 week period covering March 25 through March 31. And the infographic is dated March 31st, which was yesterday. There were 4 new cases in that 6-day period, which doesn't sound too bad.
Right.
But Vinton County, of course, several weeks ago had a week where there weren't any new cases. So you've got to consider that from a relative standpoint. From March 18th to 24th, there were 7 new cases reported. So it's down a little bit from last week when it, can't say it spiked up, but it moved up a little bit there. No new report from Jackson County. The last report we had there was 17 cases in a 1 week period. So we'll wait through the report there to see how they're doing. But in Vinton County, there's been now a total of 708 confirmed cases, 85 probable cases, 17 virus-related deaths. Nobody in the hospital right now because of COVID-19. So overall, very good in Vinton County. The Jackson County Health Department, along with the Vinton County Health Department, of course, have been doing the COVID-19 vaccination clinics. There was one yesterday at the Jackson County Health Department. There will not be one today or on Friday, but on Monday, which is April 5th, there will be another clinic, 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. They hold their main clinics at the Jackson First Church of the Nazarene at 251 Powell Drive. They also do shots at the health department, on an appointment basis when there's not so many people there at once. But the clinic on Monday, Jennifer, will feature the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. Now, they're advertising this. I don't know if they've done any Johnson & Johnson before, but they have advertised that they will have it on Monday. And, of course, a lot of folks are interested in that because, the Pfizer and the Moderna is a 2-shot deal, and the Johnson & Johnson a 1-shot deal. So that's 2 to 7 p.m. on Monday, and they are billing that as a first-come, first-served deal, which means, they're not sure what the turnout might be because of, the different type of vaccine and also maybe the supply. We're not sure about that.
Well, Pete, you will be happy to announce and know that I have made up my mind that Monday's the day.
Monday is the day. Okay. You're gonna do the Johnson & Johnson.
I think so because simply because every other time it's just not a good day. And Monday. Oh, can I announce this real quick?
Well, sure.
While you're here.
Well, you're the talker. Do it.
Columbia Gas is doing some infrastructure repairs throughout the city, I think. And Monday, Archinetti's will be closed because they are coming in and running a new gas line from somewhere to somewhere. And as you can imagine, and replacing all the gas meters. And as you can imagine, there's a lot of equipment that runs on gas there. So we have to have people on hand to make sure that all of that gets hooked up properly, unhooked properly. Anyway, we can't be open. So
No fooling?
No fooling. I
Okay.
can't make that one up, Pete. And that
Okay.
is no April Fool's, so no fried mushrooms on Monday.
Okay.
Sorry, everybody.
All right. Okay.
But
Then, as far as the clinics are concerned with the health department, there'll be another one, Jennifer, on Thursday, April the 8th. That'll be from 2 to 7 p.m. And on that one, second doses of the Moderna and the Pfizer vaccine available for anybody 16 years of age and up.
okay.
All right. Do you remember, of course, the governor came to the Vinton County Health Department on Monday. We reported that. However, the Vinton County commissioners took advantage to bring to the governor's attention a very important local issue in Vinton County, which was very smart of them, I thought. They had his ear. There they are standing around with him. There's the governor on the far left. And then to his left, as you look at that picture there, if you're watching on TV, you've got the Vinton County commissioners in there. You've got Mark Fout, and then you've got Braden Wellman, who is actually not a Vinton County commissioner. He's the son of a Vinton County commissioner. And then you've got William Wellman, who is a Vinton County commissioner, and Tim Eberts, who is the other Vinton County commissioner. And you can see they're getting filmed there by Channel 3 at that time. But what the commissioners were talking about, at least part of the time, other than just the weather, that it was a nice day, was that they need water over on Garrett Ridge. That's the place where there is no public water lines. The well water, questionable as far as it being used and potable. And so the folks over on Garrett Ridge, they like where they live, but, the water is a problem. Some people haul in their water. There's vending stations, water vending stations that are nearby. So they asked the governor if there could get any state help for a water line project. Of course, now with all the stimulus money coming into the localities, there's also, I think, that possibility. But they broached it to the governor to let him know that there is this need, and he seemed very earnest and interested about that. So Mark Fout told R. Red Thompson Jr., who reported on this story, and we'll have that story, by the way, in our Saturday paper, he feels that the commissioners may have hit a home run with the governor. So we will see what happens there. But this is an expensive project. You're not talking about a lot of people, but you're extending water lines over kind of like an isolated area. So it's not so easy. All right. Okay, on another front, this just came in this morning, Jen, and this is big. Are you ready for this?
Ba-deep.
Green Giant and Peeps are going to partner to introduce limited edition cauliflower-flavored marshmallow bunnies. You heard it here first.
Wow.
I have not heard that anywhere else. Green Giant, the iconic brand synonymous with delicious and high-quality vegetables for families, announced today, I think it was at 8:30 a.m., that's how hot this is, announced that a partnership with the Peeps brand has been made. Peeps is the makers of the beloved marshmallow treat. They are going to introduce Green Giant cauliflower-flavored Peeps ahead of Easter. These giant marshmallow bunnies with a hint of cauliflower flavor will be available beginning today.
I can't wait, Pete.
Okay, are you going to go get one?
Yes.
Okay, well, that's great.
Are they in the steam fresh bags? Can you put them in the
Yeah.
microwave?
Well, let me tell you more.
Well, I bet those taste delicious with a Peeps flavored Pepsi.
I'll bet they do.
According to a spokesman from Peeps, the cauliflower trend is hard to miss these days. We see it being used in everything from pizza crust to tots and beyond. We thought it was time for Peeps to get in on the fun, and this is why we teamed up with the leading brand in vegetable innovation, Green Giant, to bring this unique product offering to fans across the country. So, Jennifer, what do you say?
I think you're pulling my leg.
You're right! But I had you, didn't I?
You did, Pete.
Okay.
Hey, it wouldn't surprise me. There's cauliflower everything.
That's right. I mean, I
true.
could see it happening. Why not?
Yeah, that's right.
No, I got handed this by a conspirator downstairs. And, okay, all right. Yeah, I'll read this if you want me to. And it was to set you up.
Thanks.
All right. No cauliflower flavored Peeps. I'm sorry.
All right. April Fools, everyone.
All right. Well, I'll
Darn
tell you what I'm not April fooling you about.
Okay.
This is April 1st, and that means that it's Child Abuse Prevention Month.
Yes.
That started today and will go through April.
Yes.
The commissioners made it official at their meeting on Tuesday. There they are meeting with different representatives, including Tammy Osborne-Smith, who is the director of the Jackson County Job and Family Services, some other people from the health department in there too. And they do this every year in April to bring attention to the issue of child abuse prevention. And it's just not to let you know that there's a problem. It's to let you know that you can be part of the solution, to report these things when they happen. And another thing that you can do to show solidarity, you can see that a lot of the folks in this picture are wearing blue. Wear blue,
Okay.
especially the first 14 days of April. See?
You're on it,
that was
Pete.
just lucky. It was the next shirt on the rack. But but anyway, that is how you can show solidarity. They also invite you to put on your Facebook or to send to the Job and Family Services Facebook a picture of you in blue to show that you support Child Abuse Prevention Month in Jackson County and everywhere for that matter.
The fact that that has to even be a thing is so sad.
It is, but it is very much a hidden problem. But the people who are involved on the front lines at the JFS, they know all about that, and the commissioners do as well. All right, we'll turn to the city of Jackson now. Remember, we had Mayor Evans and David Swackhammer in here yesterday to talk about the proposed contractor legislation, regulation, and licensing. Well, they have a new person working within the city who got introduced at the last Jackson City Council meeting, and we're going to introduce her today here on the screen. That is Tracy Plants on the right, standing by Mayor Evans. Her title is Executive Assistant of Project Management, and from her college at the West Virginia University, she's a former resident of Charleston. She has an engineering and industrial management background. And this is a new position in the city. It replaces another position. They didn't, add somebody. They retailored a position in their reorganization plan. But what Tracy will do, or anybody in her position will do in the city, is manage projects, particularly these infrastructure projects that we're talking about that the city would like to do because they have the stimulus money coming in. She will scope out these projects, analyze them, identify them, prioritize them, see if she can find some funding options, work with engineering consultants, work with city supervisors and the administration behind the scenes to line up these projects. So if there is money available, they are ready to go on it. A lot of planning work goes on there. And Tracy just started several weeks ago, and I know that she was initiated with a stack of work to start off. So we wish Tracy Plants the very best. She's new in Jackson. Her family moved here just a couple years ago. And she got a great job with the city of Jackson doing something very important, so we wish her the very best. All right, in Oak Hill, the Oak Hill Village Council at their last meeting talked about some different issues. One of them was having a new phone system for the village building. They already have a new wiring on the internet and like that. The new phone system are as badly needed. They are in the process of getting that done now with the help of an IT company. A local IT company. They are also going to do some infrastructure work, in particular, replace a section of the sidewalk in Oak Hill. There it is. There is that section right there. It is near the tobacco shop in Oak Hill, and just replacing that little section of sidewalk there where it's all cracked, that's going to cost $4,500. So, these projects are not cheap. You look and you say these things are old, they're deteriorating, let's do something about it. Well, it takes money. It takes money to get the work done. And then in some cases, you have to do planning work, even engineering work. I'm not sure you have to do that for a sidewalk. I'm sure you don't. But that is one thing where the village residents have pointed out a need for improvements, and they're going to do that. Of course, the village would love to get that $750,000 neighborhood revitalization grant. And it's not going to solve all the problems in a little town, but it will address a lot of them. So that grant that we've talked about, they've had public meetings on. They hope to make that application early in the summer, and they'll know by the end of the summer whether they get that money. And it's a good sign. They're working with Whitaker Wright, who works for the county commissioners as a consultant. The city of Jackson got that grant. The city of Wellston has got 2 grants like that, and the village of Colton is working on a grant project right now where they're doing a bunch of things, which we'll talk about one of these days. All right, also in Oak Hill, we want to announce that at the last school board meeting, they approved a new 3-year contract for the Oak Hill Local Education Association. That is the local union group that represents the teachers. 3-year contract. They're going to get in the first year a $2,000 raise and a $500 bonus. In years 2 and 3, salary increases of 3% both of those years. The other union, which represents the non-teaching employees, their contract isn't quite up yet, or the negotiations are over, so nothing to report there. Dr. Marcy Shepard, who is the superintendent at Oak Hill, she had a very positive COVID-19 report at this meeting. I was there to hear it. In the last month, and that period was the middle of February to the middle of March, there were only 2 cases in the schools, and it was in the same family. No staff cases at all. So that's very good. I can't say this enough. I am so impressed by how well all of our local schools have done with COVID-19. We thought when we were in that pandemic and we're going back to school, oh my gosh, all those people together, what's going to happen? And it really turned out to be quite manageable, so they must have done something right. Speaking of COVID-19 and limitations, the Wellston City Council will be meeting tonight, and for the first time in a couple of months, their meetings will be open to the public. They had closed them because of COVID-19, but they will be open. There will be limited seating, and if you go, you should wear a mask. But the Wellston City Council meetings are held at 7 p.m. on the first and third Thursdays of each month in the city building on the second floor. They have their own place, the City Council chambers. The Village of Colton has announced that their village offices will be closed starting today, continuing through April the 9th. Little holiday break there. They will be reopening on Monday, April the 12th. The Sylvester Memorial Wellston Public Library will have a family movie night Friday night, kind of a little holiday thing heading into the weekend from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. The program is for all ages. Children under 5 must be accompanied by an adult. They'll have free popcorn and drinks for you. If you want to attend, please give the library a call either today or tomorrow. This is so they can be prepared for the folks and have the seating set up so they're safe as possible. If you do come, you need to wear a mask unless you're 3 years of age or under.
What's the movie, Pete? Did they say?
They didn't say what the movie was, but hey, you get free popcorn and free drinks, and you get out for a change.
That's true.
So that's at the Sylvester Memorial Wellston Public Library in Wellston on 2nd Street, I think. All right. I want to make it official. The Easter Bunny is out there. There was a sighting yesterday. There he is.
What?
Bellisio Foods had the Easter Bunny out. Yeah, they sponsored him, moved him around. He was at Manpower Park. Red Thompson heard about it, and he had to go check it out. And he found the Easter Bunny there. And in that case, the Easter Bunny is with Addison Brown. She is a student at Southview Elementary School, and she was delighted to see the Bellisio Bunny. It's the Bellisio Bunny because the bunny's got a badge on. I can see that right there.
And a mask.
But you know how Santa Claus makes trips, on the sleigh for the Wellston Lions Club? That's what Bellisio did with the bunny in Jackson. I think they went to several different apartment complexes. So the Easter Bunny will arrive on Sunday in Jackson County. He's here early. Or she, I don't know, whichever.
I'm going to chime in here for a second. Jen, I think I've told you this story before about my aunt forcing my sister and me having an awkward photo taken with the Easter Bunny.
You have. Did you bring it?
So here's the photo. And I don't know how well you can see it on the monitor, but you can clearly see the lady's face inside the bunny outfit. And it appears that she has her eyes closed. I don't know if she's taking a nap or if she is just tired of having a camera flash go off in her face all day.
That's great.
Wow.
But that is a cherished family photo for us.
Okay. You do believe in the Easter Bunny, don't you, James?
Well, that one, I certainly believe in that one.
Okay.
And the Bellisio Bunny.
All right.
Those two I know exist.
That's
right. All right. Well, of course, it is Holy Week, and there are a number of public church services, not only, the local church services, that there's lots of those, but there are some services that have been announced as being public, inviting everybody, not just members of that church. The Oak Hill Ministerial Association has kicked off a series of Holy Week services. They actually started last night. They'll continue this evening. Tonight's is 6 p.m. at the Oak Hill Evangelical CCCU Church. Then tomorrow at 6 p.m., that's Good Friday, at the St. Paul Methodist Church. And then on Sunday, there'll be a sunrise service at the Oak Hill Evangelical CCU Church. Our friend, the Reverend John Henster, will be bringing the message. And if you go to the sunrise service, the church will be serving breakfast after the service. In Jackson, there'll be a Good Friday service. Compliments of the Jackson Ministerial Association. This is meant to be ecumenical for everybody, not any certain faith. It will be at noon at the Family Life Center of the Christ United Methodist Church on Portsmouth Street. They're also going to live stream this on the church's Facebook page. And in Wellston, the Ministerial Association there is having a Good Friday service also at noon. It will be at the Grace Baptist Fellowship. That's on New York Avenue in Wellston. Reverend Tim Jones, who is a trustee also for the Ministerial Association, says they've got it all lined up so it will last an hour or less. So even if you're a working person, you got to work that day, you can still go to the Good Friday service and still do your due diligence at work. All right, I'm going to get out of the way. We don't have the Easter Bunny, but we've got something better. We've got Christy.
That's right. We have a Christy, and she's much better than that. All right. Well, thank you, Pete. And, of course, Pete's Morning News Update, always brought to you by Nia Henry, agent for Appalachia Realty. If you are looking to buy or sell or have any real estate questions or needs, please give Nia a call, 740-418-4135. All right, let's head on over to your weather forecast where...
I have to apologize for something, Jen.
What?
It occurred to me, while I was lying in bed last night, that I should have come up with a funny sponsor for the weather today.
You should have.
But I just didn't have the energy to do it.
Could have been sponsored by Green Giant Peeps.
Yep.
Drat.
Well, I thought maybe it would be sponsored by Red Thompson's Vinton County Vibes newspaper column.
I like it. Hey, whatever, man. I don't know that anyone wants to sponsor the weather forecast today because it sucks.
Not today.
But anyway,
we had sponsors drop out just because the weather was so cruddy today.
I'm not going to sponsor the weather until it stops being bad. All right. So this is your Total Media Radio weather forecast, where you can, don't forget, download that Total Media Radio app by visiting the App Store or your Google Play Store. And you can listen to live local radio on your phone or iPad or whatever it is you want to listen to anytime and anywhere you are in the world. Pretty cool stuff. All right. As far as the weather goes, today is a little on the rough side. For partly cloudy skies, highs today around 39. And even better, your wind chills are as low as 23 degrees today. And I walked out my house this morning, and it about blew me off the hill. The wind is so strong this morning. Car bouncing all over the highway, so just know that that's happening out there. For tonight, mostly clear, lows around 23 degrees. And for Friday, your Good Friday, at least the sun will come out tomorrow. Thank you, Annie. And highs around 46 degrees. But as you can see, those overnight temperatures still pretty low tomorrow night, 25. And then looking toward the weekend, I printed it out just to see what was going to happen. And honestly, the weekend, not too bad. Saturday, mostly sunny, highs of 58. And then Sunday, on your Easter Sunday, looking really nice, mostly sunny, highs of 68 degrees. And that way you can get out and hunt all of those Easter eggs that sweet little Easter bunny leaves for you. And I don't want to talk about Easter egg hunts because if anybody watches this show, they know it's a sore subject with me. But that's neither here nor there. All right. I never got to participate in an Easter egg hunt because my father, who always sponsored the Easter egg hunts, owned the radio stations, and they put Easter egg hunts on, so I was never allowed to participate, and I was scarred as a child. All the other kids got to play, and I didn't.
Tomorrow...
No, Marla, I've not gotten past it.
Real quick, though, Jen, tomorrow is the Downtown Jackson Easter egg scavenger hunt from 3 to 6, and that's sponsored by HER Realtors and the McNerlin Network.
Oh,
so
fun.
I know Total Media will be participating in that. That's all the details of it I know.
Okay.
But that is tomorrow afternoon from 3 to 6 in downtown Jackson.
So I can finally go on an Easter egg hunt?
Well, no, you're still an employee of the radio station. I mean, you can help hide the eggs if you want.
What? There's just something wrong about this whole scenario. One of these days. All right. No, and so we do have a special guest here on our program today, and she does not want to hear about my Easter egg woes. And she is super duper duper sweet, and her name is Christy Massie, and Christy is here from Holzer. So welcome.
Hi.
We're so happy to have you here today. And I know Christy has had a fried mushroom or two.
I have.
Yes. So thank you
More
for
than
that.
one or two.
Well, we have plenty. Yeah, we were gonna make the joke that we didn't have anymore, but yeah,
Not a good joke.
that would just be awful. So Pete was saying, and I think you were in on the conversation. Pete was saying that he had a statistic, and we forgot to talk about this when he was here this morning. That 2% of people that are fooled by an April Fool's joke, it actually ends friendships over. Can you believe that?
Yeah, people get offended at anything anymore.
Have you ever had a good April Fool's prank or done one on
I
somebody?
don't think so.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I haven't really either.
I don't think so.
Yep. All right, so Christy, welcome to the show. We're so happy to have you here today. And first off, tell everybody a little bit about yourself, and then we'll get to what you do at Holzer.
Okay. Well, I'm Christy Massie. Graduated from Wellston, been in Wellston all my life. I live there now with my husband, Jerry, and I have 4 dogs, geriatric dogs.
I understand that.
Graduated from Rio way back when as a medical lab technician. Worked at Ohio Precious Metals for 22 years. Went back to school, got my RN in 2006, became a nurse practitioner in 2012, got my doctorate in nursing in 2015, been at Holzer almost 15 years, started in 2006 in pediatrics.
Wow, that is amazing. So you've gone somewhere in between. You went and did something completely out of the medical field.
I did.
That is crazy. Well, what made you come back into the medical field?
I don't know. Wanted to try something different.
Sure. Totally makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. Well, and Holzer's very fortunate to have you. So
Thank
that's
you.
amazing. All right. So you have a lot of letters after your name.
I
So
do.
could you tell everybody, because I have no idea what they mean, could you tell everybody what all of that means?
Okay, I'm first off an RN, which is registered nurse. Then I have my bachelor's, which is BSN. All these came from OU. I have my MSN that's master's in family nurse practitioner. And then I have my DNP, which is doctorate in nursing, and that came from the University of Alabama at Birmingham. I like to go to school.
I was going to say.
I could be a professional student. I mean, I love sitting in a classroom. I could be a professional student. My husband wouldn't like it very much, but I could.
Yeah, there's something about not bringing any money in and spending
Yeah,
the money.
that's just a little bit important. And a lot of money going out when you're a student.
That's exactly right. But I think that's really cool that you started off your career and then took a break and then came back and just kept furthering yourself and learning. That's
Yeah.
amazing. Good for you.
And the funny part is, like I said, I worked at Precious Metals for 22 years. If I get to retirement age at Holzer, I will have worked there 22 years.
Wow.
Which I think is kind of ironic.
It is. Very good. How did you do that when you're only 29?
Yeah, I wish. Thank you. I'll eat more mushrooms.
Thank you. See how this works. All right. No, and so you are actually working at Holzer,
Mhm.
and which of the locations are you seeing patients?
Well, I work at the Little Known Jenkins Clinic in Wellston.
It is little known,
It
but
is.
very amazing
Yeah,
up there.
we're up on the hill by the nursing home.
Yes.
If you come into the parking lot, go past the nursing home. We are the last thing in the parking lot. Been there since 1980. Even people in Wellston still don't know we're there. We're right across from Pillsbury, so we're real convenient to everybody. A 1-story building has easy access to come in. We have a great staff. There's about 20 of us there, all women, no men. We have a Dr. Bentley, and then me, Diana Wright, and Susan Moore are the nurse practitioners. We draw labs. We have X-ray. Dr. Bentley is actually an approved medical marijuana recommendation doctor.
Okay.
I do wellness visits, chronic visits, DOT physicals for truck drivers. I see anybody above age 13. We have a great clinic. We have a great setup, great staff.
To be honest with you, and I hadn't been up there much, and I guess I got confused, and this is just me personally. I thought the Jenkins Clinic was in the nursing home.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was two
Two separate things.
deals.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a different,
Mhm.
building and campus up there. So, and I was up there not too long ago, and it was amazing. It was very safe. It was, it's so easy to get in and out of.
Yep.
There's plenty of parking. So yeah, it's little known, but it's amazing.
Yeah.
There.
And it's surprising to me. I get patients that have lived in Wellston, and they're like, "We didn't even know you guys were up here." And I'm like, and they're always like, "Do you work at the nursing home?" No.
It is a little confusing.
It is.
though.
It
Yeah.
is. But actually, they have now painted our building. It has blue and says Holzer on it, so it's more distinct.
Well, we're so happy, and that's why you're here today, is to to let people know that it is there,
Absolutely.
and that it is a completely separate campus from the nursing home, and you all are up there ready to see patients.
Mhm.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
All right. So speaking of patients, what are your specialties as far, or who are you seeing right
Okay.
now?
Well, we're all family nurse practitioners, so
Okay.
we can see any ages. I only see from 13 up.
Okay.
But I'll see, like I said, wellness checks. I'll see sports physicals. I'll see chronic problems, walk-in problems, acute problems. DOT physicals doesn't matter. We can almost cover anything up there. Almost.
Almost. Very good.
Almost. And we work 10-hour days. So I work Tuesday through Friday, and my first appointment is at 7:20. My last appointment's at 4:40. So we accommodate people who work. And, sometimes I'll even tweak that a little bit. If someone says, "Oh, I got to be out of here by 7:30. Okay, then come at like 7 o'clock. I'm here. So we accommodate people.
Very, very good, and that is what is so cool about Holzer. I think, just in my opinion, is it is small enough to where you still have that personal feel, and you can call your doctor and say, "Hey, I can't make it in. Could you see me a little earlier?" And
Yeah.
you say, "Sure,
Absolutely.
I'll get out of bed a few
Absolutely.
minutes early for you. No problem."
Absolutely. I live close, so that's not a problem.
Very, very good. So, are you accepting new patients?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you can call me. You can call the phone center and get an appointment. If you get on the Holzer portal on the computer, that is the easiest way to do things. If you want to email me, that comes to me directly. You can make appointments on there. You can ask for prescription refills on there. You can do almost everything.
And how, that's a good one. How do you get to is it the holzer.org, and
Yep,
then you
go to
sign in through
holzer.org,
that?
and there's a little button on there that says patient portal.
And that is one of the coolest things. You need to go in and you set up like a username and password kind of thing. And then you can pull up all kind of stuff about yourself. It's like magic.
And I don't have to call you to send your results over. I can just portal them, send you a little message like, "Hey, you need to watch your cholesterol. You need to do this, this, and this. Come in and see me."
Yeah, like we need to talk.
Because
you
a
don't
lot of-
want that message, but
Yeah,
it's available.
A lot of people, you can't get a hold of them by phone.
Yeah.
And, yes, we need to discuss. Please come in. Or I can tell you, I sent you, your vitamin D is low. I sent you some vitamin D to the pharmacy. Go ahead and pick it up and start it. It's, it's really easy to communicate that way.
Very good. But you don't have to.
No.
You don't have to
Nope.
either, and that's the cool thing about Holzer is you're very flexible, and I think that's amazing. So, all right, so let's talk for a minute, because when I went up to the Jenkins clinic, it was probably last year about this time, and so things were kind of shut down, but not completely shut down. So we were still, wearing masks and being careful, but it wasn't like, I guess, we spent the summer being
Right.
and the winter being. So can you tell everyone a little bit about the experience that they would have right now if they call you and set up an appointment? What can they expect? Are you still doing the like curbside check-ins and all that stuff?
Yep, they can call from their phone and check in. We can do video visits. You just call in, make an appointment, say I want to do a video visit. When it comes time for your appointment, we send you a link. Then you're there and we're there and we just talk like we are now. Do everything that way, send prescriptions, figure out what's going on, send you for testing if I need to. And, you know, if I look at you and I think, not sure, need to come in, you know, I may say, hey, please come in, please go to urgent care or something like that. If you're worse than you should be for a video visit. Same thing with phone visits. Not as personal with the phone visit, but, you know, we can talk on the phone, tell me what's going on, tell me what you need. Doing that a lot last summer, especially with my older people who didn't want to come in. And more comfortable. We do basically whatever you're comfortable with. If you wanted to pull up in your car and you actually did not want to come in because you didn't feel safe, I will come to your car. I have done it. Especially if you're sick. If you're sick, we really want you to do phone or video, because if you come in and you're sick, then you can get one of us sick. Our rooms have to be closed down to be cleaned thoroughly if someone's sick. It's just a process. So if you're sick, we really like you to do phone or video, but you can still come in. We wear masks, we wear shields if we have to. Most of us have been vaccinated, so that helps. And however you want to do this, we'll see. And we're seeing a lot in person right now, which is nice because phone and video are a little impersonal.
Sure.
So it's nice to see some of my patients I haven't seen for a while.
Yeah, right. Well, one of your patients just actually messaged up Cindy and said she just absolutely loves you. So there you go.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
You're very thorough and spends time with your patients.
I try to treat my patients like I want me or my family to be treated. And I think I'm getting a reputation because all my patients are telling my nurse, I haven't been here for a long time. She's going to yell at me. And I'm like, I don't yell at people. Although I have had some I haven't seen for a year or so, and I'll walk in and go, I'm Christy. Who are you again? They're like, I know.
Well, I guess in a way it's a little understandable considering the circumstances.
Absolutely.
So we'll give you a pass once.
Yes.
That's right. All right. So do you, let's talk for a minute about these video and telephone visits. What would be an appropriate use of that versus not an appropriate use of that?
Well, you know, if you have a cut, a rash, anything that I really need to look at in person is hard to do. I mean, I've had people on the video trying to hold up things. It's really kind of hard to see. You know, if you're running a high fever, if you're coughing, if you're wheezing, I can't listen to you over the phone or over a video.
Okay.
And especially, you know, I know my chronic people, and I know if they call in or video in, and I'm like, you just don't look good. You need to come see me. Let me listen to you.
Yeah.
And like I said, if I don't think it's appropriate, I'll say, hey, come in or go to urgent care. Let's get you taken care of.
Okay, very good. But, you know, I think that if you start, it's a good start.
It is.
And if you don't have to drive there, then cool. And if it can be taken care of over the phone,
absolutely.
cool.
And like chronic problems, if I have, you know, hypertension or hyperlipidemia, anything like that, we'll get labs, and I can talk to you about your labs over the phone. And, you know, chronic problems, if there's no changes, we're in good shape.
That's right. And those are easy and very appropriate.
I like easy.
Yeah, right.
Try to keep my patients healthier because they're easier the healthier they are.
Yes, it's much easier to be proactive than reactive.
Absolutely.
Right? Well, very good. Now, so when people come up to the clinic, what do they expect? Do they come in and check in person? Do they call? What are they expected to do?
They can call and check in, or they can come in. We have the little Holzer labels on the floor, so you're socially distanced.
Okay.
Our receptionists have the plexiglass divider things.
Yes.
Most of the time, we don't keep you sitting in the waiting room very long. I like to get my patients back in a room so they're away from everybody. Like I said, we all wear masks or face shields, whichever. Everything's cleaned. If I have a patient who I even remotely think might have been sick, we shut the room down. And I'm like, no, don't put anybody in there the rest of the day if we can help it. Let's use, we have several rooms we can switch around and use. And we have some rooms we don't hardly ever use, so we can use those. But I don't want someone to get sick from someone who was there ahead of the person. Lots of hand washing, lots of hand sanitizing.
Right. Yes, and all of our fingers and hands are paying the price for that as well.
And all the patients are expected to wear masks when they're in there too.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yep.
Mask up before you come in.
Absolutely.
And, I think if you don't know that by now, I don't know where you've been. So
True.
All right, so as a primary care provider, what do you expect from your patients? Do you want to see, why is it important to get established with somebody like you?
Well, because as we know, most people are not real healthy. We have a lot of chronic problems around here: diabetes, heart disease, cholesterol, hypertension. When you have a primary care provider, they know you. My COPD people, I mean, when I listen to their lungs, I know if it's changed from the last time I saw them. I know if they're feeling bad. Some people will walk in the room and go, what's wrong with you? They just don't look good. And when you see the same person over and over, you know that. I know about their family. I know, the problems they might be having at home. They know some stuff about me. Like I said, I want to be treated, or I treat my patients like I want to be treated. I want someone to be friendly. I want someone to take the time to talk to them. Some of my patients come to talk. I mean,
and that's so good though, because we've all been to a doctor here or there where it's like a cattle call, and you feel as if you're annoying them by telling them why you're there to be seen.
Absolutely.
And it is so frustrating.
It is. And, I have been to those people.
It's awful.
I don't like it.
No.
I like the time to sit down and talk to my patients. You learn more from the listening and the talking than I ever do from an exam. I mean, yeah, I might pick up wheezes. I might pick up something with their heart. But you learn more from talking than you ever learn from an exam.
You are so right, and especially during these times when people have been kind of isolated and whatever, I don't think any of I don't know anybody that said, wow, COVID has been great for my mental health.
Yes. No.
like it's just sometimes you just need to talk.
Yep. And some of my older people, the doctor is the only place they get to go to socialize. So
that's right, and they're lucky they have someone sweet like you.
Well, thank you.
that can will take the time and
I
hang
try.
out with them.
I try.
Yeah, you do a great job. All right, so let's talk for a minute about some of the things. So how does someone get established with you as far as a primary care provider?
If they want to establish with me, they just call in, make an appointment, tell them they want to be a new patient. Sometimes I'll get people who come in, say for strep throat or something like that, and I'm like, are you up to date on your mammogram and your GYN and your colonoscopy? The colonoscopy deer in the headlights look. And they're like, no. And I'm like, well, who's your primary care? And they're like, well, I don't have one. Well, especially men, like every 6 months when you get the oil change in your truck, you probably need to be seen about every 6 months for your health. And, sometimes I'll get people to establish that way. But, yeah, they're welcome to call in and say, hey, want to establish with Christy. No big deal.
And I think that's amazing. And how backlogged is the Jenkins Clinic? Like if somebody calls today, and they don't have to be established with you to see you,
Mm-hmm.
but boy, would it be nice to get that established when you do see them,
yep.
Correct?
Mondays and Tuesdays are our busy days.
Okay.
Because we only have 2 providers there on Tuesdays because of the 10-hour day thing. And then we have all 4 of us there, on 2 on Mondays, and then all 4 of us are there on Tuesdays, but it's mine and Susan's first day back. So those are generally our 2 busiest days. Might be harder to get an appointment that day, but Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you can get in.
Yeah, and I think that's the important thing for people to realize too is you don't have to call and say you wake up and you think, man, think I have strep throat or something. Number one, you don't want to wait
Right.
on that, and just give a call. If you can't see somebody, maybe somebody
Yeah,
there can.
one of the other three can. Absolutely. And sometimes, they'll call me and they'll call back and say, hey, your patient, blah, 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 is on the phone. And I'm like, I'll just go ahead and put them on. I know they're sick. They wouldn't have called if they weren't. Put them on. I'll double book. I don't care.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. And see, these are, again, the great things about our friends at Holzer that this community feel, and you are a person, not just a number or whatever. When someone calls in, Christy knows who you are.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. That is really, really good. All right. So again, do they call the main number, or is there a Jenkins Clinic number?
They can call the main number. They can call 740-395-8801. Like I said, the portal, or just walk into the desk and say, hey, I need an appointment this week sometime.
Hey, that works too.
Yep.
All right. So let's back up with the COVID thing for just a minute and talk about that. If anybody, what should people be concerned about? When should they call you? How do you know whether it's allergies, just the sniffles, I have a cold versus, everybody that gets sick doesn't have COVID. You immediately go there.
Absolutely.
But in your mind, so how do people know when it's time to go to the doctor and when it's time just to try to do your thing at home or take allergy medicine?
If you're concerned, you need to go to the doctor.
Okay.
I mean,
Fair.
That's the first thing. If you're concerned, if you're worried, come in, talk to us. Let's figure out what's going on. Especially any shortness of breath, any, trouble breathing, any vomiting that doesn't go away, a really high fever, feel like crap, call us. Let us know, and we will get you tested. Our testing is a piece of cake. Those girls over there do a great job. You don't even have to get out of your car at the clinic in Jackson.
They are slick. I will say that.
We send you over to the Pattonsville clinic around the back. The girls
They're
come to your
amazing.
car, swab your nose, send you on your way, and that afternoon, in a perfect world, I have the results back and I can call you. We just asked you, self-quarantine till we get the results back, till we figure out what's going on. And you are correct. Everything is not COVID. But everything could be COVID,
Correct.
which is the scary thought.
It's so hard to know.
I mean, I've heard so many times, oh, I know it's just sinus, and then you swab them and they're positive, and then you get this like, what? I'm like,
what
you're positive.
You mean?
Yeah. Where did I get it? I don't go anywhere.
I've heard that a bunch of times. And
Absolutely.
people still don't know.
And people I would have never dreamed have COVID or positive. And it's like, okay, that's weird.
And vice versa.
Yeah. Other people are like, yeah, that's COVID or that's the flu. And it's like, neither one. I'm like, that's weird.
You're like, oh God, there's another thing out there.
And there are. That's the bad part. There are other things. And, if it tests negative for COVID, but I still have, if it walks like a duck and talks like a duck, it's probably a duck.
Yeah.
I will probably ask you to quarantine and do the thing, because some people will test negative regardless. So,
yeah, and that's happened as well.
And, it's better to be safe than sorry. Right now, I know it's a big imposition on a lot of people, but better to be safe than sorry.
You are exactly right. So, all right. Well, we'll let you get out of here. We know that you're very busy and that you have patients to see. So is there anything else, Christy, that you'd like to tell our viewers?
We are giving COVID vaccines at the clinic on Pattonsville and at the Jackson Hospital. We're not doing it at Jenkins right now.
Okay.
18 and above and 16 and above down at the main in Galplis.
Okay, very
and
good.
They can just call the main number and get put on a list, and they will call, or you can portal me and I'll get your name on the list. I'm all over it. Or you can, if you're in the office, I'm like, you go get the COVID and I'll put you on the list.
She'll make it happen for
I
you.
will.
She's like the COVID concierge.
And some people have said, which one's the best one? The best one is the one you can get.
The one, just get it. Don't ask questions, just get it.
Just get one.
Yeah, just get something in your arm, man.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, very good. Of course, our friend Christy Massie here, of course, nurse practitioner at Holzer and the Jenkins Clinic.
Yep.
So thank you for spending time with us this
Well,
morning.
thank you for
It
having
has
me.
been a delight talking with
Well,
you.
thanks.
Of course, come back anytime you have anything you would like to discuss.
Okay. No problem.
All right, very good. And happy April Fool's Day.
Yeah.
Now we need to come up with a good joke for you to play on somebody. She's like, I don't know about that. Maybe not at the clinic, maybe off the clock, yeah. There you go. All right. And please do call, and thank you, Marla. Of course. Please do call. Get set up with Christy or one of the other healthcare providers up there. You do need that primary care provider. It's very, very important, and I don't know, we might. It's very important, so please give them a call. And she's so sweet. How would you not want Christy to be your doctor?
Right? So nice.
She's so awesome. Well, Courtney came up. I like your sweatshirt.
Thanks.
Why don't I have one of those?
I can hook you up.
You can?
I can.
Very good. She's got her a Total Media sweatshirt. It's very
Yeah.
cool. All right. Well, so before we get on to anything else, did want to thank our sponsors, our friends at Callahan Hardware. And Jeff will be here on, is it next week?
Next Tuesday, I think.
Okay.
Maybe Thursday.
Maybe Thursday. Next week. So we're excited about that. So stop out and see them at Callahan Hardware, your everything store. Also, don't forget Chip and Kathy at the shop. And if you need any trophies, jewelry repair, watch repair, any of that stuff done, give Chip and Kathy a call, 988-2841, and they'll help you out. Also, did want to thank Carmen. Got a call from Carmen yesterday. See, this is the service that you get. I had mentioned to him that I was looking for a particular vehicle, and he gave me a call just to follow up on it, see if I was still looking, see if I was still interested, exactly what I was looking for, and that way he can keep his eye open for that. And I thought, that's pretty cool that you just get a call unsolicited from somebody that's out working for you. And so Carmen's always out looking. If you're looking for something in particular, he can find it for you. I call him the super sleuth of vehicles because he does that very well. And also did want to thank our friends at the filling station, Holzer's Pizza. If you're watching basketball, if you're watching any of the great stuff, baseball, opening day, very cool.
James has his red shirt
I
on
do.
today.
James has his Cincinnati Red
That'll
shirt
be on the radio today, too.
Yeah,
That's
opening
4
day on
o'clock.
radio.
Yeah, very cool. So you can get all that. So stop in, and Holzer's Pizza would be fantastic for that as well.
For sure.
Woohoo! All right, James says he has something for us. What? I'm
scared.
We're
So-
both scared, James.
I'll just say I'm not a part of this, so whatever it is.
So, Jen, you remember when we talked about deep fakes a couple weeks ago?
Yes.
You want to maybe kind of remind the listeners sort of what that is?
So deep faking. We were talking about it, and it's like you saw it on TikTok a lot of times, like where the guy, you saw him, like he took Tom Cruise's face and put it like on his body, and everyone thought Tom Cruise was doing all this crazy stuff, but it was really this guy. And then we had the story about the cheerleader mom that had deep
Right.
faked all the girls on the squad to try to get them
Going
in
out
trouble.
and partying. Yep.
And she'd made it look like they were smoking weed and all this stuff, and it was really deep faking. So it's like taking someone else's face and putting it on someone else's body.
So what I realized is I didn't realize what a successful film career Jen has had. She of course played Wonder Woman,
What?
and then she was also Maleficent.
Oh
So
my
she-
gosh, that's so good.
That's crazy.
So that was like a highly acclaimed role for her.
Yeah.
Then of course she was also Xena Warrior Princess.
Yes.
And then
that is hilarious.
perhaps she's best known for her role as Sandy in Grease.
Yes, that's my favorite.
But of course, I mean, Sandy wasn't the only character in Grease that Jen played.
Oh, that's really bad.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh, that's kind of awesome.
Oh my God, that is creepy.
I don't even know how you can totally go to work today. Like, you just let Jamie know you've got to get to the set.
Look at bunny dancing. Oh my God, that's too bad. No.
That is awesome. That is
That
great.
is so funny.
That is perfect.
How did you do that?
So that's with an app called Reface. If you recall, about a week ago, I told you to take a selfie, and I promised I wasn't going to use it to deepfake you.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's like,
and-
he's his phone. He's like, take a selfie. I'm like, why? He's like, no reason. I'm like, well, that's creepy, but okay.
So yeah,
So there you
that's really
go.
it's really easy to use, and there's a lot of pretty funny things that you can
That is crazy.
you can
That's pretty great.
do with it.
Oh my gosh.
Well, now you know what you'd look like with long, dark hair.
Yeah.
That is awesome. That is great.
That is so cool. Oh my gosh. All right. So, well, thanks, James. That was fun.
You're welcome.
You should do yourself. We should do Courtney.
Well, I think I have one of me in here somewhere. See if I can find it real fast.
How long does that take to do? Is it
It's
like,
pretty fast.
is it?
Yeah.
So
That's
funny.
crazy. You just do it on an app.
I know. Like, well, and James is right about one thing. I will say it's a little creepy that it's that easy.
Yeah.
So, and like the cheerleader mom, like she's literally, these kids are getting in trouble at first because there's videos of them smoking weed and drinking whatever. How do you prove that that's not you?
Yeah. Right.
And
Yeah, I don't
but the
know.
girls are all like, wait a minute, I didn't do that. And then it started.
It's like you almost have to have an alibi, like prove where you
Yes.
were the night that was supposed to have happened.
because video proof is pretty,
Right.
you know, damning.
That's crazy.
So, yeah. So, have you pulled any good April Fool's pranks today?
I have not.
Are you planning on it?
No. I woke up with a headache, so I don't think my brain can do a prank today.
I'm not feeling
Like, I was
creative.
trying to think of a prank, and then I was like, I can't. I don't have time. But I did hear Peeps is going to have they're going to be made from cauliflower now.
They are. We are.
that's great.
We are going to get out and get those steam fresh cauliflower peeps and see what they do in the microwave.
I did see Jeep was coming out with a new Jeepster Commando or not Commando, probably Commander.
You have to drive it naked.
But it looks really cool. It's like the old beach Jeep that you would see. But
Really?
apparently this is something Jeep does every year, and it's like people are like really angry, and they're like, yeah, you come up with these great cool looking Jeeps, but you never make them. But I was like, oh, I would get that because it looks really awesome. But apparently that's not really happening.
It's just April Fool's.
So I'll probably just fall for April Fool's jokes all day long. That's my
That's kind
plan.
of what I'm thinking. So, did you find
Yep.
it, James?
Yeah, I did one real quick, but it's a lot of the ones on that app are a little naughty. So I did
Yes.
one I did one with Prince, but I'm not sure if that one is
Appropriate.
cable channel appropriate. It was a little naughty.
Prince? Naughty?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, well, this is just the first one that came up on the homepage, so I decided I'd use that one, and I don't think
We're not gonna go
we're not
there.
gonna
do
put that
it.
one on the show.
Yeah, Prince went through this phase of none of his songs can be on the radio because they were so bad.
Yep.
They were a little graphic, to
Little
say
bit.
the least.
Little bit.
They didn't leave much to the imagination.
No.
So what else has been going on, Courtney?
Well, I do have to say, I spied Amanda Crabtree downstairs, but she's just here helping out with some upgrades that we're doing to make sure none of us forget anything that's going to blow the whole building up
Right.
if we change something. So,
How funny.
besides that, we've been just trucking along downstairs.
Very good. Well, it's good to see your
Yeah.
face, though.
Yours
We love
too.
having you up here.
Thanks.
Yeah, Amanda sent a message the other day and said, I must miss you girls. I had the weirdest dream.
I know you
And I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. I was so mean in your dream.
gave her dark hair.
I gave her ugly,
like
dark.
skunk, I guess.
hair.
Opposite skunk.
Yeah, I did. In her dream, I said, let me do your hair. It's going to look so good. And then I messed it all up.
Yeah.
All right, James, did you do something? He's
He's
giggling
given
over
up.
there, so
He's given up on it.
he's like, no, I'm not. That is so crazy, though, that you can put someone's face on anything and it looks so real.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, nuts.
Yeah.
All right, well, I guess we ought to get out of here for the day.
Tomorrow's Good Friday.
Tomorrow's Good Friday.
Oh, I don't know. Have they talked about the Easter egg hunt happening uptown tomorrow? Any?
We mentioned it, but I don't know the details. You probably
Yeah.
know more than I do.
Okay,
Do
well,
you know the
HER
details?
Realty is spearheading an Easter egg hunt for the kiddos, and participating businesses will have eggs either in their business or outside of their business. Ours will we'll have some big old Easter baskets out front, and you would just take one egg. But if you go to HER Realty, I think it's of Jackson or something like that, on their Facebook page, they have a sign up sheet for your child. And you can sign them up. And then the goal is to
Cool.
get all the eggs. And I think you get registered to win a basket or something if you have all the eggs. And I think there's like a Easter egg or an Easter hat contest that the kids can participate in and maybe win something. So,
Sounds fun.
but the details are all out there on HER Realty's page.
So the Facebook page is HER Realtors, the McNerlin Network Team.
Yep. So.
Okay, very good.
So that'll be fun because I know a lot of the Easter egg hunts in town have been canceled or
Right.
done in a different manner. So that's something a little bit different that you should still be able to do safely. So definitely check it out. I think it's like starts at maybe 3 to 7,
It is
Yeah,
3 to
so-
6.
3 to 6. Okay.
which I think we're closing early. So that's why
And
our eggs will be outside.
So it looks like they are holding this event in Jackson and Chillicothe. So maybe you live a little bit closer to Chillicothe. It looks like they are having their own
Same type
version
of
of it
event.
too.
Okay, cool.
Awesome. So,
Very good. And don't forget the radio building will be closing
At noon
tomorrow at
Yep.
noon. But we will be here and with bells on. So we're excited about that.
Yep.
And
And Good Friday and Easter shouldn't affect delivery of the paper, right, Courtney?
nope, should
Yep.
not.
So
you
you
should still
should
get everything on time.
Expect your paper to come on time.
okay,
Yep.
very good. Do not forget, though, tomorrow is Good Friday. A lot of city offices, banks, that kind of thing will be closed. So if you have any question, probably just give wherever you're going a call before you.
Right, and as
Head out.
Mayor Evans mentioned, if your trash was to be picked up today, I don't know if Pete mentioned it again, you missed it.
Tomorrow
It
is-
was
Yeah, the
yesterday.
yeah.
Friday trash pickup is
Yeah.
today.
Tomorrow's
If you're hearing that now, it's too
It's
late.
yeah,
too
it's
late.
too late.
You've missed it.
You done
Hold on
missed
to
your
it.
opportunity.
Right.
Take it to your
Hold on to it for a week.
Yeah. Ugh.
Or take it to your
Take it
grandparents
somewhere.
or your
Take
kid's
it to,
house or
take It
something.
to Courtney's house.
There
Bring
you
it to my
go.
house.
Yeah.
Do
right.
like Allison's restaurant and find some other garbage and dump your garbage on top of that garbage.
That's right. And don't forget, just planning ahead, Archinetti's will be closed on Monday due to Columbia Gas having to come in, and they're working on some infrastructure things, replacing some gas lines around, and they're actually having to replace the gas line into our building as part of their thing. So obviously, no gas, no cookie.
No.
And no more mushrooms, right?
No more mushrooms. A little hard to fry mushrooms when you have no gas to heat the fryers. So we will be closed Monday.
That would be a terrible April Fool's.
We discussed
That's
it.
what-
It
Did
was,
you
we
discuss
were
that?
Yeah,
going
she just said
to.
it was too
Yeah.
mean.
And then we decided it was so
Too
mean that we didn't want to
mean.
do it.
That's funny.
So
You can tell everybody you're replacing the mushrooms with cauliflower, deep fried cauliflower, instead of deep fried mushrooms.
I love it.
Shaped like bunny rabbits.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in. Thanks to, of course, our good friend Christy from Holzer and all the gang up there. Give her a call if you are looking to get set up with a primary healthcare provider, because she is so sweet and does such a good job. All right. Have a good day, guys.
You too.
Thanks. And we'll be right back here tomorrow on your Good Friday. So have a wonderful day, and we'll see you then. Thanks for watching.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
everyone.